He is Mastercard Digital Payments Product Lead for Central and Eastern Europe, where he focuses on leading the Mastercard digital innovation, product development, and rollout in these fast-growing and dynamic markets. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Brian Morris.
Hello, everyone. Wow, that's some introduction, isn't it? Hello, my name is Brian Morris. I'm the Digital Payments Product Lead for Mastercard for this region, Central and Eastern Europe. And I want to talk to you today about our vision of digital payments, about what we see are the main trends to drive the digital revolution, why Central and Eastern Europe is so important in this region, why it's one of the leaders, why Bulgaria is playing a major role in leading the innovation charge in the Balkans area. And I'll do that in a very, very, very short time scale. And I'll do that with a very, very, very strong Scottish accent. And I do hope you can all understand. Hopefully, one of these days I'll invent an instantaneous translation from Scottish to English very quickly. Okay, right. I've got to hold this up, I've been told, in the air every time I want to change something. There we go. So what's driving the digital revolution for Mastercard? We have 2.3 billion cards in circulation globally, and we want to make all of them digital enabled. This is very, very important for us. And what you've probably realized is every device today is not just a connected device, it's also a payment device. It's become a payment device. So you can see there, we have connected cars. Mastercard has also developed connected fridges. You can pay with your Samsung fridge. We have fitness devices that you can use. And I should say, all of these things you can go and see at our stand. We have a stand here with a lot of good demos, and please go and see them, because obviously seeing them live is very important to understand what's happening. One of the key things that we're seeing in terms of trends and drivers, as well as connected devices, is the increased enthusiasm and use of biometrics. So using your fingerprint, or using iris scan, selfie pay, to pay for devices. Now, these are all technology implementations. These are all technology innovations. How do consumers feel? Now, this is very, very important, because as you all understand, unless you start from the consumer and work back the way, you will have nothing. You will just have a nice technology, but it doesn't do anything for people. So what do consumers feel about this stuff? Mastercard carried out a survey just at the end of last year, who said, and we asked people, how do you feel about the innovation trends, the move to digitization? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about using your payment card on lots of different devices? 92% of consumers believe that innovation is generally a positive thing for society. 50% of those consumers are enthusiastic promoters. And this is very, very key, because, as I said, historically, in the past, I think the banking and the financial industry has not always looked straight at what the consumer needs. And now this has become a much more important focus of us. Mobile is key for all users now, from a payment experience. We are now looking to put everything onto the mobile experience. And consumers are now much more confident and happy to use the fingerprint. Now, those of us that have been working in this industry for a few years will remember that people did not want to do that, because they associated fingerprints with things like criminals, police records, and so on. But now, with the advent of smartphones, Samsung, Apple, Android, and so on, people are comfortable using the fingerprint to authenticate themselves. And it gives them a much, much better user experience. So this is one of the key learnings that we're taking on board at Mastercard. In terms of the consumer priorities, this is very, very important as well. Security of the bank account. When you're talking about putting card data, your financial data, into lots of different devices that we've shown here, you must know it's secure. And this is what Mastercard is working with its partners to ensure. In addition to that, there is the security of your personal data, which is a very, very important thing. And one of the things we're doing about that is working on industry standards like tokenization, which is basically taking your data and encrypting it and protecting it in very, very high level security, and making sure that it can be used only with the device that it's actually stored on or used with. And also speed, because as you know, we now live in a society that we have no patience. We have no patience. If something doesn't happen very quick, we don't use it again. It must work, it must be very, very fast to give the benefits that technology brings to us. And simplicity. Simplicity is another word for user experience. It's again the idea that everything that we use in our daily lives, and remember, payment is an everyday thing. We pay for stuff every day, and we want to use the new technology to do that. It must be simple, it must be intuitive, very easy to follow. And this is front and center of what Mastercard is focusing on with our digital evolution and our innovation strategy. We have moved from a card-based society to contactless cards where you tap and go, and Bulgaria is one of the leading markets in the Balkans for this, I'm pleased to say. But now we're moving to a fully digital environment. And in our world, that's the Masterpass platform, which is our digital platform for what we call omni-channel. So being able to use your digitized card on your mobile, on your connected fridge, on your fitness device, all fully protected, fully secure. And the key to that is how to make all that happen across all these devices in a way which kind of makes sense, because with innovation, it's very easy to find lots of companies doing lots of very exciting, very interesting things. But the key to making it truly successful is these three elements: security, convenience for the user, and scale. And the scale means that it can be adopted across many, many markets, across many different platforms, and is easily adapted. And this is what Mastercard can bring to the ecosystem, to the technology and to the innovation ecosystem. We can bring that scale. We focus on user experience, so the convenience part, and of course security is very, very strong and top of mind for it. And this is what our entire Masterpass strategy is all about, these three elements. Because as I said, you will hear lots and lots of new innovations coming, but if it doesn't have scale, if you can't roll it out to millions of people, there's no value in it. If it's not easy to use, same thing. And if it doesn't have the security, then it's dead in the water. Central and Eastern Europe is a major innovative region, and a lot of you may be surprised by that, but in the Mastercard global world, Central and Eastern Europe is among the top regions of the world in terms of enthusiasm and adoption for innovation and for digital payments. And I know sometimes people say, well, how can that be? Because one of the things is the high level of penetration of contactless cards. We see it in countries like Czech Republic, Poland. In Czech, 4 out of 5 in-store transactions are done with contactless. In Poland, it's something like 2 out of 3. And in places like Poland now, when you go to pay for something, they expect you to use your contactless card, just tap and go. So there is a very, very high level of enthusiasm, both among the ordinary consumers, ordinary public, but also among the banks, the technology companies, the retailers, to adopt and adapt this technology for their local markets. So CEE is seen as one of the leaders. Central and Eastern Europe is seen as one of the leading markets globally in the Mastercard family in terms of innovation adoption. And when we did the research on this, we also saw that among the consumers that we surveyed, Bulgaria actually had a higher enthusiasm. Bulgarian consumers have a higher enthusiasm for digitalization, even compared to the rest of CE, and much more in terms of Western Europe. So this is important to note, that this region will drive the innovation agenda because of that enthusiasm, because we have an enthusiastic public and also an enthusiastic ecosystem. That's our banking partners and our technology partners. Bulgarians would also like to see more in areas of transport, health, and education, and I think that's a normal statement to see in this space. But they're very pleased with what's happening on the payment side. Bulgaria, just a little focus in on the Bulgarian market, because as I said, a lot of people say, "Oh, do you really think Bulgaria is leading?" It is. It is a leading market in the Balkans region. We saw some tremendous growth in contactless usage in tap and go between 2015 and 2016, which now meant when we carried out some consumer surveys, that 1 in 3 Bulgarian consumers were using contactless, which is a tremendous achievement since it's only been around a few years. And it shows the market is there. If you put it out there, if you educate people about it, communicate well, people will adopt it. Bulgaria also saw the first mobile NFC implementation with FeeBank, and I think we have some demos of that as well in the hall, which showed, because that's the next migration from plastic to mobile. And Bulgaria is leading in that with the FeeBank implementation. We were very pleased to support that launch last year, and we have many more in the pipeline, what we call the pipeline of banks going to launch mobile payments, mobile NFC. And also this year, what we expect is the launch of our Mastercard digital platform in the Bulgarian market, which is going to be a major event for us, because it will truly bring Bulgaria in line with other major CEE markets where we have launched our Masterpass platform. So for us, we're very excited about what's happening in this region. We're very excited about what's happening in Bulgaria, especially in the leading place that the Bulgarian market is taking in our area. One way to drive the digital agenda for Mastercard and for the whole payment industry is we cannot do it alone. We are working with a whole ecosystem. We work with Apple Pay, Android Pay. We work with the Microsofts of this world. You may have heard about our announcement with Facebook, where we implemented chatbots, and those are on, you can see a demo of them. It's a really cool user experience, and I really recommend it, because it's the next level of engagement with the consumer, or between the retailer and the consumer, and we're very happy to facilitate that. And we work a lot, and this is a message to all you startups and fintechs out there, that we do work a lot with you guys as well now. We have a specific program called StartPath, where we encourage startups to get in contact with us. We can put them in contact with our partner banks, who are prepared to work with them, mentor them, perhaps invest in them, and so on, and help them with ideas. Because remember, as I mentioned earlier, without scale, then the idea will go nowhere. And this is what we at Mastercard can actually bring to the startup community, to the fintech community. We're also doing a lot with government, which I think has already been highlighted in our work on areas like smart cities, where we're contributing to smart transport systems, very much using the contactless as the main driver, making it easier for people to transact. And we have a recent announcement where we had the joint debit card and transit card launched here in Bulgaria as well, which was contactless, which again is making people's lives a lot easier, giving them back time, and making the whole experience a lot smoother and more secure. So for Mastercard, a lot of people think we're just a credit card company, that this is all that we do. The reality is that we're a lot more than that. We are very focused on the entire ecosystem for innovation. We work with the large companies, we work with small companies, we're working with the government. We have a big focus with our banking partners, because those are our partners who actually deliver a lot of these services to the end consumer. So for us, it's all about connections, it's all about partnership. And I think the main trends that we will see going forward will be the increased use of biometrics, so using a fingerprint to authenticate yourself for each transaction, or perhaps even using selfie pay or iris scanning, because these are all technologies which are now becoming a lot more widespread, a lot more easily understood and accepted by ordinary consumers because it's on their phone. We will be working more to secure transactions. As I said, when you see more and more connected devices, you will have the confidence of knowing that when your card is used with those devices, it is operating in a highly secure way. And that's really what our main focus is at Mastercard. So to sum it up, we're focused on digital innovation. We're very, very excited about what's happening here in Bulgaria. We're very excited about the Central and Eastern European region as a leading market for innovation in this area. And we look forward to coming back next year to talk to you about the future of innovation in 2018. Thank you.